Most people stay stuck because they confuse comfort with progress. I used to think I was grinding. Turns out I was just surviving. Since shifting all my energy towards building my YouTube brand, I've learned some things that changed the way I move. This episode is real, raw, and straight from the grind, right? Episode 6 of the ZenoCast is finally here. And like I said, today it's going to be detailing a couple of mindset set shifts that have helped me get to this point where I'm at now, right? So, right. Number one, the first bit of a mindset shift, right? Understanding that comfort isn't peace. Letting go of safe and leaning into your own path. For example, understanding that job security does indeed pay your bills. I would never tell anyone to leave their job, right? But also understanding at the same time, you do have to work towards building something sustainable while you're still under that, 9 to 5 umbrella. So this is why when I was at my last position, I was working on all kinds of stuff, man. Reading books. Anytime I had any bit of free time to kind of like walk off and, just be in my own little world, I would definitely use that 5 or 10 minutes to gain any additional insight on anything, whether it's investing, whether it's YouTubing, whether it's running your own businesses like drop shipping or selling a certain kind of product that you're making yourself. I was all for it. But I understand that everybody there wasn't like that. Some people got distracted by the chaos, as I talked about in the last episode. But staying down, staying grounded, understanding that, hey, this comfort or this security that I have, it's could possibly be keeping me away or stopping me from actually trying to excel and do more, right? So understanding that you have to have a plan, you can't just jump off the ledge and just leave a job and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be all right." I put it in the faith of the crystals. You can't do that. You got to be logical. Got to come up with a thorough, steady plan that makes sure, hey, I'm covered for all my, bills, utilities, and also I'm gaining education. And if I need to, which at some point you will, you're gonna have to put some money, some great deal of money into mm, training yourself. So that's going to certain seminars, maybe paying certain mentors for coaching, doing things like that, understanding that, hey, the price I pay for this, I'm going to get paid that tenfold for, if I continuously just strive and go through. But in order to get to that point, you have to understand that this comfort that everybody seems to enjoy, it isn't peace. It's your safe space, which is a lot of times stopping people from actually doing more. But not everything is for everybody, right? Everyone isn't meant to, be a millionaire. Everyone isn't meant to work their way from not being an employee anymore, right? They work themselves out of the E quadrant. Shout out to Robert Kiyosaki. A lot of people won't necessarily get there, excuse me. But hey, you still have to stay down. You still have to stay grounded. 1 second while I go to the next segment. Okay, so we're all good. Bam. So segment 2, right? Locking in on one single vision. Locking in on one thing is what people need to do. I know even with myself, I had a lot of different ideas, which I'm still not getting rid of. I still have them. I'm gonna still be adding to them here and there. But as far as right now, I have one main vision, which is to execute my YouTube page to perfection. Um, Everybody doesn't want to necessarily be on camera. Everyone doesn't want to necessarily speak. I do understand that, which is cool, you know. But whatever you do, it has to start with one main vision, one main thing that you're focusing on to say, hey, I'm going to focus 100% of my effort. Even if I am still an employee at that time, I'm still going to give this one particular thing all my time, all my resources, all my energy, because this is eventually what I want to end up doing for my own career. Um, excuse me. The power, like I said, of going all in is definitely a power of going all in head first on whatever you're doing. I'm not saying not to think, but don't spend too much time thinking or planning. Have somewhat of a plan, somewhat of a strategy, but that's it. Especially when you're starting off, it's all about execution. I understand that in order for me to have a better quality of a video, I would at some point need to, purchase a better camera. But I do understand at this point, I don't have the resources to buy expensive equipment right now. Fine, that is 100% cool, you know. But what I do have is the mindset to say, hey, with the little money I have, what can I purchase? Purchase me two lights, have me a webcam, got a little microphone, as you guys can see, testing. Got a laptop in which I'm creating this beautiful episode 6 of the ZenoCast on. Those are things in which I said, hey, with the little money I have, these are going to help me lock in and actually improve what I was able to do. A couple years ago, about it was in 2020, I was, trying to do Dallas Cowboys content, It didn't really go as far as I like because I wasn't necessarily prepared. Yes, I did go in, all in, but I didn't have the smallest bit of plan, which it didn't, pan out good. So, which automatically made me defeated, deflated my whole energy for wanting to do it. But now I understand what I'm getting into, which makes me want to go all in even more because you have a bit of an understanding about what you're doing, how to do it, and as you go along, you're going to learn and gain even more knowledge in this particular field. So, man, and also once the clarity showed up with me understanding this is my main thing, YouTube, this is what I need to focus. I don't really have that many distractions. And if distractions do kind of come in, waver in here and there, I am so easy to cut these distractions out. It's not even funny because I understand my goal in this whole thing of why I'm going all in. You know, we all want to make money and money will come, especially once you start getting good at things. But right now, I just have a lot of information that I really want to share. I have a lot of information that, hey, I'm not sure about. Maybe someone may hear this and say, hey, I know a little bit more about what you're talking about. I just want to learn. I just want to pretty much just do what I'm doing now because I love talking. I love learning. YouTube is the perfect avenue for that, right? So, as we move forward, segment 3, building with what you have. Exactly what I just illustrated to you guys. I have a basic camera, not even a camera, it's a webcam. Have a basic light, have a basic microphone, basic computer, and I'm doing it, doing the damn thing. As you guys can see, you don't need all this extra stuff starting out. I know a lot of people, um, misinformation about a lot of things can be easily spread in today's world, but in reality, you don't need a lot. You just need very basic things. And I'm doing it, man. Hey, if it's successful, I'll get the money and everything else will work itself out over time. But as far as right now, I'm diving into this, man. I'm doing it without much thought, a bit of planning with AI, but outside of that, Hey, this is just me talking, giving my true and honest thoughts. You feel me? So, segment 4, right? Creating consistency without burnout. How you're managing your schedule and energy while having a job is very, very important. You have to create some type of balance between the two, right? Or else burnout will happen like that. Um, Create your own image of balance, right? It could be posting a video every day. It could be, recording one long form video and then posting different parts of it throughout the week. It's up to you, but whatever your idea of balance looks like, hey, you have to work with what works best with you. Um, and along with that, system you're experimenting with, system you're creating, these things will actually make burnout less and less of a thing. I'm speaking from personal experience. I know how it feels to create a thumbnail from scratch every time, and the more you continuously keep doing that, the more and more it actually makes you like, I don't want to do this crap. I'm kind of tired, man. Can I just like put some words on the blank? But creating systems, already having a certain way you make your thumbnails, and you can just interchange small things here or there, depending on what you're talking about, depending on what kind of video you're releasing, it'll make the world of difference. Even for example, my recording system is set up in a certain way in which I don't have to add everything every time I decide to record. Everything is already there in a certain way, in a certain space, right when I need it. That's what people like to say, working smarter and not harder, you know? And so many people, right, are afraid of AI. Y'all can be afraid of it all you want. All I'm gonna say is, to those who are not afraid of it, to those who do use it like every day outside of just a therapist, AI, Chat GPT, Gemini, the VEO3 it's part of Gemini. Um, Claude, all these systems, man, are help. They are tools that can make things so much simpler, so much easier. Yes, you do still have to put in the work. Yes, example, I still have to record. But ChatGPT gives me a great outline in which how I could set up the show, in which certain things are interchangeable depending on what I'm talking about. And I can always expand it, add something else, experiment with different things. It makes everything funner. It makes everything so much more of a learning experience, right? Instead of, oh, I'm scared, they about to take over the world. They about to take over my pocketbooks, man. Because I'm telling you, AI in the next couple of years is gonna make a lot of people rich. I'm trying to be one of them. So if y'all hear me talking about AI, just understand I'm with it 100%. I'm down with it. You know, Matter of fact, I got an AI group. The Houston AI group meeting is this week, so I'm looking forward to that, and I will be showing you guys pictures and talking about that meetup as well. All right, all right. So segment 5, segment ocho, right? Actually, that's 8. Damn, I was wrong. That's 8. I was way off, man. Let me just stick to my regular numbers, bro. I'm getting them all confused. All right, so segment 5, right? Blocking out the noise. Now, when others don't get what you're building, they question it, right? People they ask questions, and it's not so much they actually want to find out information like they're trying to learn, they're asking questions because they're trying to find some holes in it. I ain't gonna lie to you. They're trying to poke some type of, well, that don't seem like it's sustaining Yeah, you should probably just stay at your regular job. I wouldn't even worry about that stuff. A lot of people project their insecurities onto other people. There it is. There it is. Projecting your insecurities onto me is what get a lot of people hurt, right? Um, because you don't have the confidence in yourself to actually take a chance and try something different that nobody else has tried and actually learn and take a calculated risk. Not just a risk just to take a risk, but a risk that you can take based on uh, a certain amount of information you've gathered. Why not? Why your results will speak louder than their expectations, right? You don't have to always go back and forth with people. A lot of times people will say little small things and let you know exactly how they feel. If they believe in you, they'll always say, look, man, don't ever stop in what you're doing. Keep it up. Whatever you go through, whatever job, bro, just keep doing your extra stuff on the side. I'm telling you, bro, that's your money right there. If they believe in you. A lot of people don't, right? So they'll say things, it's not for you, or oh, I tried that and it didn't really work out for me, so man, I don't know. Or yeah, all that talking about trying to own something, man, just go to work, man. Damn. Just stay at your job, bro. Don't even try to own nothing. Don't even try to learn nothing. People will literally speak negativity into your plans, right? Why do they do this? They don't even realize why they do it. Sometimes it's just a basic human, and not interaction, but a basic human reaction to just kind of downplay somebody's dreams or aspirations. But it is up to you to actually say, hey, will this shit work on me? Or hey, it's not, dog. It's not. I'm sorry, things didn't work out for you. Uh, maybe it's not meant for you. Maybe working here is meant for you. But don't say it's not meant for me because you don't know the level of work that I'm willing to put into this. Not even gonna lie, if you had told me when I was in high school, I'd probably be trying to start my own YouTube and actually studying the platform like crazy. I might not have believed you. Because at that point, unfortunately, I let other people's viewpoints about me kind of shape who I was. And in fact, proving them right. When in reality, it shouldn't have worked, you know. Um, and that's something you have to grow out of, understanding that hey, just because one person think you're dumb, you don't have to think you're dumb. Like I don't know, man. People just don't like to see you live up to your full potential, especially if you have that potential. Especially if they see it when you're young. It's like, who is this dude? Why he so? Oh, he think he gonna be something in life. It's funny because it's not funny, right? It's actually quite sad. But you got to stay focused, even when you don't got the support, or the support is very low, right? Even if you got one person supporting you and everybody else either don't know what you're doing or they don't care what you're doing, look, you got that little bit of support. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep pushing. A lot of people probably don't even know what I'm doing right now, but I'm still recording. I'm still posting. I'm not stopping. Every day it's a constant grind, finding out, okay, how do I want to shape this episode? Okay, exactly what lessons that I've learned that I like to speak about. How can I shape in which how I speak about them? You got to be consistent, man, right? So, in the end, give me 1 second here. Phone kind of froze up on me. There we go. So in the end, right, understanding that comfort isn't peace. Comfortability can keep you behind. You have to keep that shit at a minimum. Locking in on one vision and one vision only, starting out, That's the only thing you need to be focused on. Until you get to a certain point, then maybe you can expand, but locking in on one thing and one thing only. Building with what you have with that. I mean, onto that one vision, right? You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars. Basic things. This, I think this from five and below. So it was like, it was what, 540, 541 in total? Yeah, it's not the best microphone, but your ass can hear me, huh? You know what I'm saying? The lighting. Lighting isn't best. This isn't like a Hollywood ass light, but you can damn sure see me, can you? Oh man. Creating consistency without burnout because you have understood what systems are. You have done the studies, you've done the educating yourself. You understand, hey, building a certain system for certain small things, it could help me produce and make content quicker and quicker, at least in my sense. But if someone's looking at this and you're not into content creation, build whatever systems based on what you have learned from that niche. So whatever it is, running an online business, learn how to implement AI, learn about the different apps you can use on said website, right? And the last one, number 5, blocking out the noise. Blocking out the noise is the most important, vital one. If you don't block out the noise, the rest of the mindset tips, mindset tricks, they won't even matter. Because if you try to follow them and you have all this noise coming into your life, people in your ear, people telling you one thing, people telling you another thing, people just trying to distract you from being focused on what you're supposed to be focused on. You got to block that shit out, man. Because everybody don't want to see you win. You have to be the main one that want to see you win. Even if you have a parent that's rooting for you or have a spouse that's rooting for you. My wife, she wants me to win just as bad as I want to win. But her wanting me to win can't overpower me wanting to win for myself. Of course, she's a beneficiary of anything positive that I do, but I have to actually go out and do it, right? So, if you understand these tips, if you are trying to implement any of these mindsets into your daily life to actually get you to a better point in whatever career, whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to start, please comment down below. And thank you guys so much for listening to episode 6. Not ocho, not siete, but 6. Let me just stop. Let me just stop because I'm huffing up these numbers bad. Thank you guys for listening. Peace.